Well, I could use the line that where we're going, we don't need roads. But yeah, we're gonna need some roads. And probably some good motor oil. Roll that intro. What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And I got some information in today concerning two more test cars, Hemi Chargers. What's interesting about these are they're four doors. So everything, or one is a four door, one is a two door. Now they did the assembly plant, and I've heard I got like 10 emails today. I don't care what people are saying if they're making a car anymore or not. Right now, the assembly plant or the assembly line at Windsor Assembly was down. They weren't doing regular shifts. Now they are going back to regular shifts, but they only manufactured like, I don't know, 6 of these Charger Daytonas, Scat Packs, whatever you want to call them, last week, something like that. 6 and then 4. They're not really pumping these cars out. Now, I don't know if I know a lot of people don't have a lot of intelligence and they don't understand how like auto manufacturing works, but like most assembly plants can pump out a lot more than 4 to 6 cars a day. Okay, that's not how it works. They're pausing because there's no demand for the car. It hasn't been selling. Nobody wants it. Duh. Not gonna build some shit that no one's gonna buy. That said, CTC, I had somebody hit me up from CTC, and I actually got photos that show a 5.7 liter Hemi V8 being tested in a Charger Daytona. Now, I only can see this one from the front, and I'm going over this image to make sure I don't want to burn this source. I want to just go and put it up on the screen, but I also don't want to burn the source. And this source has been super friggin' valuable to me. So I 100% don't want to burn the source. And I told him that. I said, let's make sure there's no identifying anything in this photo. Or, because they do take this car outside. I was like, if you get it when it's outside and you can take a photo, then it could have been like a ton of different people would have saw it when it's out there, and it's a different situation. That said, we know that there's 2 cars at CTC that they're testing with a Hemi. Hence the thumbnail, back to the Hemi. Now, we've already saw how fast they were able to come back and get back to the Hemi in the Ram, right? Now, I've seen all of these Mopar writers and supposed to be Mopar fans commenting on they can't actually get back to the Hemi that fast, DK. They're not going to be able to do it till like 2027. And we have a 2026 Ram with the Hemi in it. So please shut up. Please. Comment on some shit that you supposedly know about, whether it's journalism or something else. But until you get like actual sources within the company, sit down. Needless to say, that's not to say like I had somebody say like, are you saying that nobody can write about anything? I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I always find it funny that the people that are supposed to be journalists that discredit us third-rate YouTubers like Butter the Insider and me are always the ones that always come back and be like, damn, that's messed up. They got that right. I think it's funny. Because I'm sure they're punching the air right now that I'm talking about this. And if in like 3 months or 4 months, Matt comes out and says the Hemi's coming back to the Charger, these people are going to be like, tired of this dude. you know that's the case. I think it's hilarious, me personally. I like living rent-free in their heads. That said, yes, 2 different test cars being tested. Now, these are not like the ones that got tested in Mexico where they kind of were like, they were drivable cars, but they didn't have like the full interior, the screens and everything in it. These are supposed to be close to what would come off of a production line that they put together at CTC. Now, I've had people say, well, why don't they just build that in Windsor and put it out? You know, we saw that thing in Windsor a while back with all those 426 engines, and I didn't know what those were about. Well, I have another update on that too, and it does go along with this theme of back to the Hemi. Because remember myself, OC Motivator, and Butter the Insider did some videos a while back, and we saw a bunch of manufacturer plated post 2023 Demon 170s driving around Detroit. So I don't know if those 426 Hemis were put together in Canada. I don't think they would have been. I don't know what they were doing at Windsor Assembly. Now, there's a ton of rumbling going on right now which I know is going to piss off Demon 170 owners. And it's funny because there's several of these very close insider people in that Demon community that have sold their cars. And when I start to see stuff like that, that raises a flag for me. Because it could be like somebody at the company is telling them something else is coming, so they get rid of it. So they don't get stuck holding the bag and they can buy the next one when it comes. And if you say that doesn't happen, you're out of your rabbit ass mind, because it happened at Ford with the GT and it happens at Ferrari and some other places. If you're a loyal customer and you buy a lot of their high-end stuff, you'll get a heads up. Hey, you might want to sell. Are you really attached to that? You might want to sell it. We got something else coming, without telling you what's coming. Now, me and Butter were talking about that too, and was like, well, I wonder if these 426s could be used for a new Demon version of this Charger. We'll see. But I know for a fact that there's a Hemi and different versions of that Hemi going in that Charger Daytona. And I expect an announcement before the end of this year that they're also, like Ram, going back to the Hemi. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We do have that Tesla Model S giveaway going on right now over at tksgarage.com. And you can pick up one of these cool hats, one of those hoodies, or if you want to get one of the 10 times X entries. I don't know if there's going to be any left by the time this video goes live, but if they are there. There are some black fitted hats with the TK's Garage logo in white. It should show up right at the top of the website when you go to tksgarage.com. They're going to be there till they're gone, and that gives you 10X entries on the Tesla Model S P100D with the unlimited free supercharging and full self-driving included. If that's something that interests you and you're interested in that, you could jump in at tksgarage.com or click the merch below the video here to get over to the site. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know what you guys think about these test cars being tested at CTC with V8s in them. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Put your pinky out when you drink some tea in the morning. And as always, I guess I got to do it like this with the tea, right? Stay petty, my friends.